Yes, I'm 100%. This is 100% facts. All the lazy women need to get off of welfare. Like, completely get off of welfare.
Qualifications to receive the welfare benefits. You write able bodied adults receiving benefits must work, participate in job training, or volunteer in their communities at least 20 hours a week.
Ooh, I heard about this one. And people were mad. Ooh, they were mad. They were pissed off to the top of the pistivity level. They said, what? What do you mean able bodied adults that get welfare social services got to do job training, or they got to be in school, or they got to do at least 20 hours a week volunteer?
This welfare crap is how these women destroyed themselves. And you've seen two of these women already on TikTok that have gone extremely viral. One has got 7 kids with 3,000 a month in food stamps, and it had another one that had bought a BMW while on welfare and had her shit taken from her. I don't even have a BMW. I'm retired and I don't even have that. I can't. Oh my god. Do you realize if I bought a BMW, I could pay the car payment, but it'll take all of my spending money to do it? Like literally, I would not have the spending money that I use to buy my gaming computer if I had to finance a BMW to show off. I drive a 2022 Honda Accord Sport, so I toned it down so I would have money. That's how this works. If you if the thing that you want to buy is going to affect your spending money and your savings money, and you cannot enjoy your life, do not buy it because you're going to be miserable being locked into a loan for 6 years for something that you can barely afford. And what's going to happen when you have a mechanical issues and you have no money left over to fix mechanical issues? Anything to do with BMW and Mercedes is extremely expensive. That maintenance cost is going to be high as hell. It's not just the car maintenance. It's not just the car note. Oh, sorry. It's not just the car note. It's the car maintenance. These kids don't think. They just want to. Oh, I'm driving a BMW. Look at me. And they just want to show off.
What do you mean? If I get free housing, I get free housing. If I get food stamps, I get food stamps.
Free housing and free food comes with a catch. You know they're going to do inspections. What the drawbacks to welfare? Your apartment or house is going to be inspected. That shit better be clean like a motherfucker. That shit's going to be inspected. Two, you can't have anybody live with you. You're going to get kicked out. Dogs. You have restrictions on dogs. That's a third drawback. You get married and there's a second income in that house, you just lost everything. Your husband is going to be responsible to take over everything. You're going to now you're going to go from putting your life in the hands of the government to putting your entire life in the hands of your husband. And a lot of these women are not choosing wisely. So when they get married, they're miserable even though they're married because that's not the man that they want. They chose a man on money. And because they don't have money, they went out and chose a dude that could financially support them. And it was just any guy. It is not just it's not the guy that they desire. So they're miserable because they don't like that dude. That's why these women be getting out here complaining about men all the time because they choose men based on money and not compatibility. That's a problem. I mean, like, and then you made the decisions, and then you have the audacity to get on here to bitch about your entire life. This is funny. My life was absolute. Before I put my life together, I did things a little bit differently because I knew what I wanted to do. I was aiming for the best results possible. So I went from a completely and absolutely destroyed life due to my mother. She took everything from me when I was in high school. Before I even graduated high school, she made a decision because I chose my schoolwork to study over dealing with her. She wanted to run her mouth and tell me that if I didn't pay attention to her and I didn't do as she said, exactly what she wanted, I was not going to have a driver's license. I was not going to drive. She was not going to help me. I had no way to help myself. It's not like you can just walk into the DMV and say, hey, I want to take my driver's test. You need to have a car to do the driver's test from your parents that my parents were not willing to supply or help me. My parents were not even willing to teach me how to drive. So what did I do? I joined the United States Army. That was the only solution left. I enlisted in the United States Army. I told my recruiter, come and get me immediately. I am needing to enlist and I need to leave for basic training immediately. That was phase one of the plan. Phase two of the plan was to get my car. I bought my car while I was on active duty. Phase three, I taught myself how to drive. Then I got my own goddamn driver's license by myself as I was getting out of the Army. I had a military license before I had a civilian driver's license. By the time I went to the DMV, I was capable of driving sufficiently enough to pass my driver's test. Because of me, I taught myself. Now, I get out of the Army. I use my GI Bill to go to college. I graduated college 2 years later, certified and degree pipe fitter. And then I went into unarmed security, armed security, corrections officer, and then corrections sergeant. And that was the entirety of my career. United States Army, dabbled a little bit into pipe fitting, didn't like it, got back out of that, went into armed security, corrections officer, corrections sergeant, and I retired at the age of 39, 45 years old, married. This is a 3-bedroom house. It took me all of 26 years to pull that off. I got rid of my mother because she tried to harm me. So I got rid of her, completely got rid of that woman out of my life. Because I said, you know what, enough is enough. I showed that bitch who's in charge. I showed her who's the man in charge, and it's me. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my destiny. So I took command of my life, and I came up with the solutions to every single problem that she put in my way, and I destroyed them all. Every single obstacle that was placed in my path, I destroyed that obstacle. I'm not playing around. Because at this point, I want to be left the hell alone at age 45. Now I have the life that a lot of people envy because I put myself here. My wife is enjoying the. My wife is enjoying the screen just blinked off. My wife is enjoying the fruits of my labor, so to speak. That's what you need to do. Is you need to actively get yourself together so you're not put in these stupid predicaments depending on the government to help you. The government is going to fuck you over is what's going to happen to you. I hope you know that's what's coming next. You don't own the house. The government's paying for it. Anytime you rely upon somebody else for something, they're going to fuck you over. That's how this works. The only solution to complete independence is complete 100% reliance upon oneself and maintaining oneself. That is the only way you're going to be free. I hope you know these shortcuts do not work, will never work. I'm out of here.